Knicks Nation, how you doing? This is Sincere from Sincere Knicks Fan 34. How are you doing? Just finished looking at the Summer League. Our New York Knicks going against the Indiana Pacers. I was very happy to see what I saw. I saw a lot of competition. I saw a lot of edge. I saw a lot of improvement overall amongst our players. I was happy and excited to see that, number one, they actually didn't play Diawara. I was happy about that. I think he has demonstrated enough that he can play in the NBA level. So I think that was a good look. For Hukporti, I thought that it was not necessary for him to play either. I think he's proven enough that he can definitely play at the NBA level. He's not trying to play as a starter, at least as it stands right now. So he still has room to grow. So I'm happy to see what the other players have been able to do. I'm excited because I see how Kolek has played better in the last two games tonight, as well as the last game. He's not turned the ball over as much. He's been better with his jump shot. He's been better offensively, and he's been a little better defensively. So I appreciate that he's done that without turning the ball over, is what I was expecting. I was expecting that more towards the end of game two. I was expecting that game three. We saw more of it in game three. We saw it in this last one. So I'm very happy. I'm happy with McCullough's play. I'm happy with Beauchamp's play. I'm definitely excited by Diawara. Dink Pate, I think he has made his declaration to the entire NBA that he's ready to play. He can definitely get at least a G League invite. That's a very real situation for him. He has athleticism. He has the quickness. He has ball handling skill. He definitely has the confidence to take and make shots. It's not a finished product, and that's the point. He's 19, about to be 20, and he has so much more room to grow. So if I'm the New York Knicks, I'm trying to lock him in with a G League, situation, trying to see what goes on from there and let him build under us, develop under our culture, our coaching, and see where it goes. I think he really has a real legitimate shot in the future. I think Dick Pate, Diawara, McCullough, and Hukporti can be a very true future threat in this league combined together. They can be really, really good. They can play very, very well together. Tyler Kolek, as I said, I'm happy to see that he made the adjustments. I said this in previous videos. It's not about expecting him to turn into Scottie Pippen. I was never expecting that. I was not expecting him to be Steve Nash. I was expecting him to be able to run offense, be able to show that he was not going to be flustered or that he was going to be turning the ball over nearly as much, that he would be someone who could help calm the team down when it was getting rushed or getting flustered, and be able to lead the team and get the offense flowing and flowing smoother, and be able to execute and be able to get people equal distribution and flow, creating the team's best flow for success. And he has done that. He has definitely done that. And I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for that. Because I was getting concerned after game two. I was like, I don't know, this dude might not be on this team much longer if he kept turning the ball over as much as he was in games 1 and 2. So to see how he's been doing so far, I think he's done well for himself. Because it's not like he's there to take over the starting reins of the team. He still has another year, maybe even 2, to really show what he can do. And I think that being able to still play in the G League, or maybe even come up and get some minutes, maybe he might be able to prove himself in training camp. That's all possible. But who I think has really been my surprise standout was Diawara. Diawara really was a good surprise. That was like that Christmas day. Like, I didn't think I was gonna get this. This is wonderful. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Uncle so and so. I think it's one of those kind of situations, just one of those things where it's just like you feel just blessed just to be in a place. We got this guy at 51 in the draft, people. 51. And he was out there playing defense like he was a first round pick. And he knew he should have been a first round pick. He had that kind of swag, right? Like that. I like that energy. You know, Najee, I think Najee has put himself out there enough to really make people understand, hey, look, I can play. He still has the tools. He still has the length, the athleticism. You know, he has the stamina and the energy to still be a challenge. Now, am I expecting him to be a starter? I'm not expecting him to be a starter, no. I'm not even looking at him as a second unit center. I'm looking at him exactly as I was looking at him before Summer League even started. He would be potentially our third string center, period. He would be able to learn under Mitchell Robinson, learn under Hukporti, and be able to help develop his skills, learning the offenses and defensive schemes, not only of our team, but of other teams, learning the pace of the game, how to call plays out, how to be able to make adjustments and tell people where they need to be, not just understanding where he needs to be, but understanding where his teammates need to be. All of these things are things that I think he will be able to learn under those two specific centers. And I think he'll do well. You know, I think he'll be able to have that time to learn and develop. Me personally, I would probably have Najee be I see him as a two-way situation for this year. I see Najee as a two-way player for this season. See how he does after a few games, go into the G League, develop up those skills, while still having time to be able to play with Mitchell Robinson, Hukporti. I think he'll be able to do that, and I think that we'll be surprised of just how quickly he will probably be able to learn. You know, they say iron sharpens iron. I think that he recognizes that he could potentially replace Mitchell Robinson or Hukporti in the future. Kevin McCullough, his energy has been amazing. I've chronicled that from the very beginning. I loved his energy. That was the thing that I thought would make him stand out the most. And I think that he has done that. So now it's a thing of whether he's done enough to be able to get himself some true minutes with the big boys and see how he does up there. I think he's earned that. I think he's earned that possibility. But we will see. We will see. But I know for certain, Diawara, oh, he made it very, very clear. He's here to play, and he can. If he develops a consistent jump shot, I don't care if it's a mid-range or a three-point shot, that boy will be a problem because he can definitely defend. In my opinion, I think he could defend 1 through 4. Some people saying 5. I'm not giving him that much credit. I just don't think he's strong enough yet. But hey, he can prove me wrong now. He can prove me wrong. But Diawara, he was a very pleasant surprise. But Beauchamp, Diawara, Kevin McCullough, Tyler Kolek, more so lately than throughout the whole process. Those were the guys who stood out the most. Dink Pate, I like Dink Pate. He's going to be a problem in the future. He still has size. He still has quickness. He still has that dribbling ability. He still has upside. Tremendous upside. He's not even stronger yet. He's already quick. He's explosive. He is very good. And he seems to be very decisive with the ball in his hands. So I'm excited to see how that unfolds with him in the future. And I'm hoping that future will be with the Knicks. So we will see how that all unfolds going down. Daddy A, I was expecting Daddy A to, like I said, just show growth. And he has. He's shown growth, and he still has another year to go even further to expand his game and be consistent and, more importantly, more efficient. I think he'll be that. I think he will do that, and he has time to grow, not just as a player, but even physically. I see him being someone who can really take his game to another level. So we'll see how all this goes. But with Summer League, I was happy to see who stepped up and how they stepped up. I saw it defensively. I saw it with energy. I saw it with commitment to trying to play as a team. And I'm just taken away to see how people have grown from game to game. They have learned how to play with each other. Even if we lost, you saw the growth of many of these players, and I'm excited about that. I'm very happy about that. Kudos to you. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to move forward. We're going to see what's going to happen with training camp. We still have free agency. There's talks about, oh, Giannis might come to us. That's a possibility. I'm not going to hold my breath about that. To be honest, I was expecting Mikal Bridges when it came to his deal. I was expecting Mikal Bridges' deal to come later on because I figured that they want to focus their energy on the draft picks and maybe have conversations with free agents and see what happens up there before they start making moves that can really transform the feel and look of the team. So we'll see how that goes. But as it stands right now, I'm very happy with our future. I'm very happy with what we already have as our starting lineup, our backup, and looking at even what might become our third unit squad. We have something that teams can be very, very afraid of, and I like it. I like it a lot. All right? So with all that being said, we're going to wrap this up right here. If you haven't already, please subscribe, share, comment. It's all good here. You know what I'm saying? And please hit that notification button so you can just continue to get all the information from the content I'm putting out. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to make this thing all happen. Y'all have a good day. Let's get it. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.